the script.
All right, guys, welcome back. Episode 17 of the Rivals Podcast. Cooper Keith, Will Lehman, and Connor Drake. Today, we're going to be talking some college hoops, mostly Iowa and Tennessee. Then also going to jump into some NBA trade deadline talk, kind of what we think of the moves that happened, maybe trying to figure out what directions teams are thinking and where they're going to be going. Just kind of go from there. So I'm going to hand it off to Connor. I'm kind of interested what he has to say about this Iowa squad. I think 4 game win streak now. Looked at their schedule. They still got to play Nebraska twice and have a big matchup with Purdue on Saturday. So kind of take it away here.
Yeah, I think we're actually at 5 wins, so we got to put some respect on that. But no, if you had told me at the beginning of the year that we would be 2-0 after this Pacific Coast trip, I would have been thrilled. I mean, it's always brutal going out there. Football, haven't won a game since the expansion going on the road out west. Women's basketball, we're top 10 in the country, and they just took a trip down there and came back 0-2. So it's a tough place. Never goes well for the Bears either. And Washington's a really talented team. I know Oregon was maybe a little bit of a gimme without Biddle and Sheldon, but I mean Washington, they got a lot of good talent. They've had a lot of injuries all year. They might be a team that might be able to make a late tournament push. I just don't know if they have enough opportunity left on the schedule. But that was a tough win. I mean, they shot over like 70% from the field in the first half. We went into halftime down seven. I was not worried. I'm just kind of had the feeling they weren't going to shoot that well again, and our defense was going to be a little more disciplined and tighten it up a little bit. We gave up some wide open looks in that first half. Um, I don't know what that was about, honestly. But
Yeah, what
what,
do you think? What do you think of the 2 gimme games going into Purdue? Because you got Northwestern and Maryland coming up, get into a seven
yeah,
game win streak, then you got to go play Purdue. Think that's a good thing or a bad thing?
yeah, I don't think this team is going to get caught in like the ebb and flow of that. I think they'll keep a level head and they'll go into Purdue ready to go because this team will be hungry to get that big quad one win and be kind of that name brand team, especially at Carver. It's going to be packed. But yeah, Northwestern should be a win. I mean, Maryland, I personally think Maryland is the worst team in the conference. We already saw them this year. They did not look good at all. So, but yeah, after Valentine's Day and beyond, the schedule definitely gets brutal. So that's when we're really going to see what this Iowa team's made of. So that's why I say buy stock now, get on it now. That's why I'm trying to tell everyone Iowa's a sleeper. Get on it because I already know what's going to happen. We're going to beat Purdue, and then those Oh, bozos from ESPN are going to jump on the train and be like, "Oh, you know who I really like? This Iowa team." And then everyone's going to catch on to it after that. So if you want to look like a ball knower, if you want to say, hey, screw you guys, I was on Iowa a week ago, get on the train now. dude,
What
how is
about what
Washington a
about
Q1 win? That's what I'm wondering right now. 1 through 75 on the road is a quad
they're
one win,
12
Lehman.
and
Man.
11, bro? That should be like expected.
We
We just beat Ole
Bro,
Miss. They're
did
12
you
and
not
11. We
hear
beat them
me
by like
say they've
20.
had
Like,
they one, they had a ton of injuries, and two, their schedule was crazy front loaded. That's why I say I think like they are a
Washington?
tournament team.
What you think
Like
Washington's a
so
tournament team?
they
They are
are, yeah,
they are one
they're
and
gonna
eight in the quad
I
one.
know. Laban, are you not hearing what I'm saying? They had injuries and their schedule was crazy front loaded. A
No.
front loaded Big Ten schedule when you're beat up and like that, and you're traveling all the way from the West Coast, that's going to mess the team up. Now, I don't
No.
think
No.
they're going to make the tournament because they don't have enough left on their schedule. But I think that they're good enough to where they're going to rattle off some wins and get in that bubble conversation, and people will be talking about them at the end of the year. I just don't think they're
They're
going to have
officially
enough.
eliminated. They could win out. They're eliminated. They're 3-3 in the Q2. Like
I mean, they
that's
still got USC, or I know they still play UCLA for a fact.
unranked. They're on the UCLA's on the bubble right now.
It's more about the net, though, is the thing. Like, if that's a quad one win, I think, and then they rattle off some, they could really still boost their resume.
I'm just
And you can,
I'm just
I mean,
amazed. I'm baffled as to how Washington's Q1. I mean they haven't beat anybody.
like I said, I mean, that's how the net works. It's how it works for everyone. It's how it works for Tennessee. It's a road game. 1 through 75 on the road is quad one win. I mean, just how it goes. I
I'm just
get it.
saying Kentucky was Q2 for a little bit there, losing to them at our place. That is a much harder game than going to Washington.
and beating that sorry squad. Same with
No,
Oregon.
it's not.
Yeah, it
Not a
is.
healthy Washington.
But
They shot they
they weren't
shot
healthy,
over 70. They shot over 70% in the first half, regardless of like
and they
quality of defense. You know
lost.
how hard this is to do. Yeah, because Iowa's defense is good. I've been saying this all year. We're a good
You just
defensive
said they
team. We
gave up
really tightened
70%
up.
field goal percentage.
Yeah, that's a testament to Washington. They shot lights out in the first half, and our defense was a little disjointed. But then in the second half, we tightened up. And of course, to shoot as bad as they did in the second half, you have to go a little bit cold. But
So that
I
means
think
you guys need Purdue to win their games leading up to you guys then, because they've been bad too lately.
they have been bad. But yeah, I don't know who that. I haven't looked at their schedule. I don't really know who they
They
play.
lost
But
to Indiana, which is not a
well,
great.
I know who they've beaten and lost, but I don't
Oh
know
yeah.
who they play like leading up to us. But yeah, it would be ideal if they kept winning for sure. But then regardless, even if they don't, we got Nebraska 3 days later, and everyone knows like Nebraska is legit this year. So that would also, I think we'll give them a run at Carver too. But
You've also got Michigan down the road too. What do you think of that?
yep, senior day. I mean, I honestly have not watched a ton of Michigan yet, but just from what I've seen, they're obviously very, very legit. So that's obviously going to be a tough game in Carver. And I don't know how well we match up with them. Like these teams with like really good front courts, I think give us a lot of trouble. Like uh example, the Michigan State game. Like I looked at CBS bracketology today. They had us matched up with Florida uh in the round of 32. Like if that's the case, that would be a terrible matchup for us. I think they had like what was it, Laban? Like 72 points in the painting in that Bama game, I
Our
think it was.
bench.
So yeah, that front court's just insane. I don't think that we'd be able to. We don't have the size to match up with that. We've got some guys that can hold their own down there, but when you're talking about like Chinulu, Condon, Howe, I don't think that's not a team we want to see in the tournament. That'd be like our kryptonite, I'd say, a team of that kind of structure.
Yeah. No, that's valid.
Yeah,
Lehman,
that's
Tennessee. What do you think?
Now
How you feeling?
that stock you want to buy. Native Man,
Layman.
Native Man is
Lehman,
Sorry,
I don't. Lehman, do you need to know how the stock market works? Tennessee is already ranked. Do you really
yeah,
want to
get it.
buy in
Yeah.
when they are ranked?
They're ranked 25. They're
They're
ranked
still they're still ranked.
yeah, they should be a lot higher. You're not telling me you're not the AP rankings are a joke. You're not telling me that Miami, Ohio, and SLU are better than Tennessee or Iowa. Like I'll give you this one, Drake. Like you can't tell me those teams are better than Tennessee and Iowa. Like if
Hey,
either one of us plays
Slew,
them head to head,
low key, low key, Slew. They got
who's that goon on their squad, bro, from Indiana
yes.
State?
Is it Robbie
Robbie
Avila?
Avila, like,
Yeah,
bro,
Robbie Avila,
no
dude.
one's scared of
Love
that
that
dude,
guy.
bro. No one's scared of
Love
that
that
dude.
guy.
He's getting eaten up
You
by
should be. You should be.
any power four
He's
team's
the
beating him up.
Jokic of college
Dude,
basketball. He's fat, he's slow, he has great touch and great feet. I would love that guy to be on my
Washington's
team.
beating them, bro. That like, nah.
I was gonna say I like St. Louis. Don't sleep on them. They got good numbers too. I like them as
I,
kind of a
I want to be
team to
scared of
watch
them.
going forward.
No, I'm just saying Tennessee though they're looking good. I think Native Man is finally looking like the lottery pick that we thought he was going to be. 17 and like the last 7 games or 9 games. He's finally driving to the hoop, which is opening up the three ball for him more because he's up to like he's shooting like 40% from three the last 7 games, and he's at like a 30% clip going into it. So he's just looking a lot better, and it's taking the pressure off Gillespie and Boswell, and they're able to create more plays through him. And with Akapara coming back, that'll be good to get our big man back.
You guys played Ole Miss recently, right?
Yeah,
Was that the game where Beard got thrown out?
yeah, that was electric.
What'd he do?
Bro, he thought they were fouled, so he just ran onto the court like mid play and started screaming at the refs.
My
And then he
gosh.
got kicked out, came out from the tunnel, ran into his like freaking circle, like the huddle, like drilled one of his players, started like screaming at him, and then like walked out.
Oh, I saw that. I saw
That was
that. Yeah.
crazy.
That was something. I don't know if
Yeah,
yeah.
That was
Iowa played Ole
corny.
Miss earlier. Iowa played Ole Miss earlier this year, dude. I just don't think that team has a fire because even after that happened, they still proceeded to just
Bro,
they didn't
that
light a fire
happened.
under
We
them at
come
all.
out, bang a three in the eye, get a stop, and then like score again. Like,
Yeah.
Well, they
Have you
lost
seen
Ole
that?
Miss. Ole Miss lost by like 20 though, didn't they, that
yeah, it wasn't
game?
even, they were
Yeah.
down 15 when he left, and then it
Oh,
was like
sure.
23.
Snowball kept rolling.
Yeah, no, that team's not very good.
Have you guys seen that clip of AJ Store where he's asked the question, what can you do to fix effort? And he goes, well, there's not really much you can do. And Beard's sitting right next to him and interrupts him. He goes, yeah, we can play different players. We can play like if
Yeah,
we
I've
don't get,
seen that.
yeah. I mean, I feel like that is what's kind of going on over there, especially with AJ Store. Like you said about Darren Peterson earlier, Keach. I just feel like he gives like don't care to be there vibes. 4 schools in 4 years. I don't think it works, and it's got to be disappointing for Ole Miss fans because they had a good squad last year with Padula and got to the second weekend of that tournament and gave Michigan State a good run. But
They're little
I'm honestly
sisters before.
surprised. And Beard's a good coach, but yeah, it's just sometimes you get a group that just doesn't mesh well.
While on the topic of coaches, what do we think of Dan Hurley?
He's kind of a weirdo. I would not
Yeah,
want to play for that dude.
dude, he's obviously a
CD.
psychopath, but I feel like his heart's in the right place, if that makes sense. Like,
He's the kind of psychopath that I enjoy. Like he's the
yeah,
kind of sicko who just does anything to win and doesn't care what anybody thinks, and then goes out and wins and just gives the middle finger to anybody who ever doubted him. And like, I love that. Like, is the guy a complete cornball? Like, yes, but does he win and does he back it up and talk all his trash? Yes, and that's awesome. Like, I don't care for UConn at all, but I'd love me some Dan Hurley.
I love when they play at Creighton and the entire crowd before he walks out of the tunnel starts going Hurley, Hurley, like right in his
Yeah,
face. I remember
yeah,
watching the Maui tournament last year, and he was like baffled by a call, and he's literally like on his back. He's on the court with his hands in his head, like on his backside,
yeah.
just like kicking feet. I've never
He
seen
has
anything like him, but
he has
yeah,
the
he's
best
entertaining.
facial expressions too. Like hit like some of these,
Yeah,
like his eyes will start like looking weird. Like the guy's a complete like he really hovers on the fence of idiot and psychopath addicted to winning, and I love it. But
yeah.
anyway, Layman, you got any more to
I think that UConn squad is actually like really strong. I think like out of like the top teams, like those top 4 or 5, I think they don't get talked about enough.
gonna say
Like,
you don't say because they're ranked pretty high, have a pretty good
yeah,
record.
no, I'm saying like out of those top teams, I think they're the most overlooked.
I'll give you
I
that. I
honestly
think it's
haven't watched.
almost go ahead.
Honestly, I haven't watched a ton of UConn yet, but the biggest critique I've heard just like looking at stuff on them is I don't know. People think they might not have a guy that can like go get
See,
it, like a
they
go get it
say
guy. Or,
that, but then like you look at
his
like
solo ball,
Caravan and Solo Ball,
yeah,
like
yeah.
Mullins, I feel like they got so many guys that can get you a bucket.
But is
Like,
Caravan like a creative? Like, is he like a creative himself kind of guy, or is he just more of a catch and shoot kind of?
I mean, he's
Like,
more
I know he's
catch
a
and
big part of the system,
shoot,
but
but like, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like any one of those guys could hit like that dagger three at like any second.
yeah, but they've played. I mean, they've kind of struggled in Big East play a little bit, though, haven't they? Like, they had a close game with they had a close game with Georgetown going at Georgetown.
Yeah, but
Yeah, they don't.
they're undefeated though.
Yeah.
No, they're not. They're 22
Well,
and
they
one
No, I thought
in
they lost a
conference.
non-con game.
Well, oh, okay, yeah, yeah, no,
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
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 they
yeah. They
lost
lost to
Arizona. I
Zona.
thought
That's
you meant
their yeah,
overall. Yeah,
They
yeah,
lost to,
okay,
they lost to Zona. That was a
yeah,
good game too, wasn't it? It might
I
not have
think
been.
so.
71-67. Yeah,
Yeah, like
yeah. I think people not talking about UConn is kind of similar to voters fatigue. Like they've just been kind of up top, I guess, for a while,
yeah.
and nobody like I don't know. You kind of just expect them to be there, so that's why people aren't talking about them. They're 22 and one, but Um, yeah, Layman, you got anything else you want to add about Tennessee at all, or anything else college hoops related?
Nah, I don't got anything else. You got anything, Drake?
Well,
Illinois, Michigan State prediction. I'm taking Illinois.
Oh, I'm taking
That'd be the
Illinois.
yeah, that'd be the one thing I have. But other than that, no, nothing else from me.
just because everybody hates on me for my Illinois, the way I look at their team, go Tom Izzo, go man, go Spartans. I don't, Illinois is dead to me. The state's a joke. Went to a game the other night. Atmosphere's a joke. I don't watch a lot of Michigan State, but I saw they got a guy when he dunks like he's pissed off at the rim. I
Owen
love that.
Carr, yeah, he's
Yes,
fun to
yes,
watch. Yep.
dude. I watch him and he punches it. It's like he's pissed off at the rim. Like
Yeah.
he seems like the kind of guy 2 hand slam, pull himself up, smack the backboard. My kind of guy. Um, So,
Really quick, last thing here. I got to get your guys' opinion on Jeremiah Fears. Have you seen the stuff on him lately?
Yeah, he kicked that dude in
Where
the
he's
bro,
been
balls.
playing dirty.
Hey, you know what?
Yeah,
I think a little dirty's all right every once in a while. I don't think I don't see anything wrong with it.
we call those winning plays. All
Yeah,
right, we don't call
exactly.
those dirty plays. We call those winning plays.
yeah. All right. All right. It's giving Grayson
We're too
Allen.
soft nowadays. It's okay. Kicking the balls doesn't hurt anybody. Besides, you
All
Just,
got you
right.
got kicked,
as
but
just as Draymond Green and Steven Adams.
I was gonna say
Yeah,
there Draymond's a Spartan guy. He probably Fears probably took a few books from his page with all these antics lately.
people need to
Dre
But
used to
follow
yeah,
have
Twitter.
Dre used
It's
to have a
good.
wicked afro when he was at Michigan State. Anyway, wicked afro. Anyway, so we're gonna roll into NBA trade deadline talk. First thing, I'm a Bulls fan. Layman and Drake are casual Bulls fans. Um, I guess all I gotta say is like WWTF. We kind of halfway blew it up, and I saw a tweet today in the last week. We've acquired 9 second-round picks. Um, cool, I guess. I don't really know what we're gonna do with that, and we're not really going towards a hardcore tank full blown rebuild, but we're kind of going towards like a bottom of the East, but not quite enough to get a number one overall pick unless we get lucky in the lottery. Um, but I did see somewhere where somebody thinks that all they're going to do with those second rounders is trade them in the offseason for cash considerations. If there's any glimmer of optimism or sunshine out of this, it's that AK, whatever his first name is, Karnisovas, hits on second round picks. Drafted Jokic when he was back in Denver. That's really all he's done in the second round, though. So I thought we were trading kind of all of our mid tier guys to put a fat package around Giannis or for Giannis with like Matas, Io, um, every first rounder we own, probably 4 or 5 first, Matas and Io in a few seconds. But obviously that didn't happen. Newsbrook said around noon or 1 o'clock Central Time. The Bucks were hanging on to him, kind of the biggest letdown of the trade deadline. Um, but yeah, I don't. I was watching first half of the Raptors and Bulls game earlier. Like I don't really know what we're really going for. I mean, we've been in the play-in every year. It's been a thing. I don't really know what we're doing, but I don't know if you guys have any thoughts on that at all.
I
Or like,
watched a little bit of the Raptors Bulls game. Who's that little Asian dude? Because like I was like that just like sums up the
oh,
Bulls right now. I think,
I've seen bits
the,
and pieces of him. I don't know
dude,
his name either.
who was that guy? He's like
it's
5'8", bro.
Yuki. He is 5'9".
Yeah.
It's like Yuki or Yuta. Yeah, Yuki Kawamura. Um,
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
think he's a two-way guy. Uh,
that team I watched tonight looked like a team I'd pull up in on the rec center, bro. After
Well,
like,
that's what the Raptors and I was illegally streaming it, so I had the Raptors feed going. um, but but I had the Raptors feed going like, well, the Bulls are playing like the YMCA, just kind of going down to the end of the shot clock. Then it becomes ISO ball, and that like literally the first 3 possessions, we just kind of swinging around here, swinging around there, give the ball to Simon. Simons will jack a 30 footer. Sometimes it goes in, sometimes it doesn't. Then we give the ball to NBA draft bush Jalen Smith and let him play bully ball. I we are gonna be bad, but I'm hoping for like a fun bad team. Like you know what I mean? I'm not looking for like a sad bad team. I'm looking for like a fun bad team where we can have some good highlights every now and then.
Hey, growing
Um,
up an Illinois football fan, I fully know what you're talking about with that.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So
One
yeah.
question I wanted to ask you, Keach, is about Patrick Williams. Like I remember
Oh,
when the Bulls drafted him, and I was like, "What are we doing?" I mean,
I
what does he do? What is I mean, again, casual Bulls fan? What is his role on the team? Like, does he get minutes or like what? What was
so
did they extend him? They extend his
he
contract.
got a big old payday. He got extended over the offseason. When he got drafted, I remember I was sitting in my living room. I'm like, here we go, like fourth overall pick. Like obviously Ant, LaMelo, James Wiseman already got picked, which back in 2020, James Wiseman was the cat's me out. Everybody wanted him. That didn't turn out for very, very, very well. But anyway, was like, all right, Silver or no, this was the Zoom draft. But anyway, Silver's like, all right, Bulls pick Patrick Williams from Florida State. And I'm like, who the hell is this guy? Like I had never heard of him. So, I pull out my phone, I go on Twitter, and like everybody I follow is like, who? Who do we just take? So, they start rolling like his like highlight film and his like accolades. And it's like whatever it was, like 2020 six man of the year. I'm like, we drafted a guy who came off the bench at fourth overall. I start watching his highlights and whatnot, and everybody's comparing him to Kawhi because he's a big physical guy, big hands, similar looking jumper to Kawhi, kind of a defender, kind of guy. Anyway, the year 2025, the dude's practically out of the rotation. Before all the trade deadline stuff, he's practically out of the rotation. And when he is in, he goes and sits in the corner, just spots up and tries to hit threes whenever he's open. So he has been terrible, flat out. I was hoping we could dump that contract into the offseason because even with him on our books, we're gonna have some of the most cap space in the offseason with all the expiring deals. Like we picked up Ivy. Ivy's gonna be a restricted free agent, which I like. Some team can go overpay him. We don't have to match him. He can walk, or if somebody throws him a friendly deal, we can match and roll on. But yeah, the Bulls are a dumpster fire per usual, man. Like nothing has changed. Um, we were literally the 2 seed, or no, we were the 5 seed in the East in 2021. We had a good core, and everybody's gone, and we got zero first round picks out of it, which is kind of a joke. But anyway, Giannis not getting moved. Do you guys have any thoughts on that? 32 years old in the prime of his career, Bucks are sinking. Do you guys think there was a good suitor? Like if you put packages aside, like where would you guys like to see Giannis go? That would make any sense to anybody.
The Warriors.
You think he fits there?
I don't know. Kristaps fits there apparently. I feel like he's better than Kristaps.
Kristaps is 7'3" with a clip.
Is he good anymore? I feel like that dude was like good and relevant when I was in like on like NBA Live,
Well,
bro. I
the
was like
running
fifth
the
grade.
the running joke is Kristaps has AIDS, which obviously he doesn't. But the
I
running
mean,
joke is that he has HIV, but he's got some kind of health disorder going on with like something with blood. But he hasn't played at all this year. I like Kristaps. He's a big part of that Celtics championship there. But I think that's a good. If Kristaps can get healthy, I think that's a great pickup. But CD, what do you think?
I mean, honestly, I feel like Giannis has been in these talks for the past like couple years, and the end result is always just nothing happens. Like, is anything gonna end up happening here, or is this just
that's
gonna be one of
facts.
those things where it just cycles and cycles and nothing happens?
Well, I this year was the most serious it has ever been. Um, I will say that Giannis is also one of those guys who's like kind of a troll. Like if somebody like asked him a question, like I think it was maybe 2 or 3 years ago, they were like Giannis, like where's your favorite city to play in? And he's like Chicago. And but the way he said it, the way he answered the question was like I want to be a Bull. And he's kind of a troll like that. And when stuff like that starts, and then any kind of any kind of rumors at all start circulating, then the trade talks start happening. But this year, he actually came out, requested trade, and was like, "I want out." So that's why it got serious. And then Shams blew it way out of proportion and made it sound like he was gonna get moved regardless until today, obviously. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I'm at the point to where the way the NBA is with the second apron, I don't think the package that you're going to give for a 32-year-old Giannis is really worth what you're going to get back. But that's just my thoughts on it. Because you go look at the most recent teams that have won championships, and they're all homegrown talent. Back to like probably 21, it's all homegrown talent with elite role players. But that's just my thoughts on it. Moving into the next one, James Harden for Darius Garland straight up swap. Probably the weirdest trade. I didn't see that one coming. I don't know if anyone did. Does not make a lot of sense for me because the Clippers have absolutely nothing to play for or nothing to lose for. Um, and I don't really, I just don't really get this one at all because I think Harden's more of a win now guy than Garland is. And obviously the Clippers are gonna, or the Thunder have the Clippers first round picks until like the end of eternity from the Paul George trade. Um, but yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see Harden in Cleveland though, with two guys who can go up and get lobs with Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. But on the flip side of that, your backcourt has like the worst defense ever in Donovan Mitchell and Harden, who at his age he's never been an average defender. Now at his age, it's a joke out there. Um, yeah, I don't know. You guys have any thoughts on that at all?
That was another one I was surprised, like, 'cause I feel like is he not like an unk by now, bro?
Oh, he is. The
Like,
reason that it surprised me was I mean, unless I missed them, which I'm really not into the Cavs or Clippers, I don't think there are really any speculations at that at all. And it's also weird that you just swap players like straight up. Nowadays, you got picks involved or with protections on them and it gets messy. But that's just that one, like sitting there, saw the notification from Shines, was like, I'll be damned. Like that's different, but whatever. Um, CD, any thoughts, comments, concerns on that?
Yeah, so what was the goal of this trade? Like, was for the Cavs? Like, were they trying to push themselves to like championship, or do they think they have a contending team, or what's the end all
The
deal?
East has not been this weak in a while. The East is always weaker than the West, obviously, but the East is so weak right now. The
Yeah,
Pistons, last time I checked, Pistons are the one seed, which is like kind of a joke to me. And the Celtics are the two seed last time I checked, and the Celtics are missing their best player. So there's ever a time to push to come out of the East, it's today. So I guess I kind of see that side of it, and Harden brings a little bit more playmaking and ball handling to the table than Garland. But that'll be interesting to see how that one shakes out. The
yeah.
thing I do want to say though is there's a Mavericks commentator, analyst, whatever you want to call him, when Harden got traded to I think it was the Mavs. It may have been somewhere else. But you're
I
smiling.
already know what you're gonna say.
Yeah,
Yeah,
where dude went on a rampage when Harden got traded to the Clippers. Everybody on Twitter is like, "Tell this guy to shut up. He's an idiot." Well, look what happened. He was right. He was
yeah.
100% right. The Clippers got nothing out of that, and that whoever that was 100% spot on. I just found it hilarious. Um,
All the videos I see clipping that today are just like all the comments or they're calling it the best sports take of all time. Every thing he says in that video, to my knowledge, is just fully accurate. It's
yeah,
crazy. I love watching
like
that clip.
dude, because I got no clue. He's not a former player. Like he's not one of those guys who's like famous. It's like who is this guy? And he's spot on. Layman, where are we at on time?
10. Hey, what about the AD trade? What is that like?
That's
Does that just go down as the worst trade of all time by the Mavericks, trading Luka away after that
low
one?
key. I think I'm not saying it is a good trade. There's still a lot of there's still a lot of time left on that. I don't think that's as bad of a trade as everybody thinks. I mean, because the way Cooper Flag's been playing, he had a 50 burger the other night, and then he had, I think, a 40 bomb last night or the night before. Cooper Flag's starting to kind of he's starting to look decent. And they got three firsts for Luca, and then whatever the haul was for AD. Um, I don't. I still think the Lakers won that trade. I mean, I think Luka's a generational talent. Even though we throw that term around very very lightly nowadays. I think Luka, like the guy's averaging, I think 34, 35 this year. Like you don't see that in every single draft class. Um, but I do want to talk about the Wizards because they are building something over there. Trey Young obviously hurt. Um, I don't know when he's due back for return, but that's going to be interesting when he comes back with a front court of former number one overall pick, Sar, and then you have AD, so two elite lob catchers. And I think this will kind of help Sar out to have some legitimate guard play. Um, so I think the Wizards will be like an interesting 40 win team. I don't think they're going to make any noise, but they'll be pretty interesting. Um, but yeah, really, Layman, what do you think about the Mavs trade? Do you still think it's worst trade in NBA history or no?
It's gonna be like one of the worst trades in history, like in sports
Yeah,
history. Bro, you got
yeah, I
I don't know much about the NBA, but when you got a guy like that, you should probably build around him. I would
yeah,
assume, especially when he took you to the finals like 2 years earlier, year earlier,
yeah.
something.
I'm gonna pull up. that trade and all the let's see, Lakers Luca trade details. So they gave up Lakers got Luca and Kleber, Markeith Morris, like who cares? For AD, Max Christie, which Max Christie's getting rotational minutes, which is insane. Oh, they only
Markieff
got
Morris was a dog in like 2K21. He was a sniper.
that tells me about your skills on 2K21.
No, he was a sniper, dude.
They only got one first. Oh my gosh, I thought they got at least a couple. Oh boy. No, they only got one first round pick. Never mind. I take back what I said. I thought
I
they
was gonna
got more
say,
than that.
like,
Yeah,
if
I
you have
know
a
some stuff about the
franchise,
NBA.
like, there's sometimes like you have a franchise guy. I don't know much about the NBA either, but like, if you have a franchise guy like that who the fan base kind of rallies around and is for the most part playing well for you, I mean, it's kind of out of the blue to just deal him like that. I feel like.
They could
Plus,
like
man,
trade him like a Josh Allen. Like hasn't won you the title yet, but like
Yeah, I
plus, man, I
agree.
mean, Dallas keeps the cold European white boys around. You can't be breaking up that tradition. You had 20 years of Dirk, and you're about to have 20 years of Luca, and you got to throw. Well, actually, I guess they got flagged now, but he's not European, obviously.
I
Uh,
blame Mark Cuban.
I think he sold. I think he may have sold his stake here recently. I think he's still a minority owner, but
It's probably
it's
smart.
always got to have more money for Indiana for NIL. Yeah,
Keach,
Mark Cuban.
I don't know if this is kind of just a pointless question, but as a more of a college-minded basketball guy, I was wondering where would you put Cooper Flag with this freshman class? Would you still draft him first overall?
Oh yeah, no
Yeah,
doubt.
that's
To
fair. Yeah,
me,
that's probably what I was thinking. Yeah.
I also really like Knipple over in Charlotte, and Charlotte's actually not as bad as you think. They're definitely not winning games, but they're not like the free win that they used to be. And Knipple, when he came into the league, I was kind of expecting him to just be like a guy come off the ball, jack just cut or come off screens and just jack threes, specialize in DHOs and just shooting threes. Um, he is kind of proven that he can create his own shot and go out and get a bucket, whether he's getting downhill, going to the rim, or whether he's working in the DHO or coming off a pin down or floppy action or whatever it is. So I've actually been really, really high on Knipple. Um, but yeah, so other than that, I mean, other than the Triple J trade to Utah, which was also kind of out of left field, that's going to be an interesting team as well. I didn't think Jaron was worth three first rounders, but and Danny Ainge being the stingy guy that he is with first round draft picks, that was way out of left field. But that team that team is kind of the Wizards of the West to me. Maybe like a 40, 50 win team at best if everybody stays healthy. Um, but you got a huge lineup. Keontae George, Lowry, 7 foot, Triple J, 7 foot, Walker Kessler, like 7'2". Obviously, elite rim protection with Triple J and Walker Kessler, but that'll be a fun team to watch here. Bring some relevancy back to Utah. Uh, but they're going towards the. I thought they were going towards the route of like being the like young team that's just a couple pieces away, and you trade three first round draft picks, so you kind of take away the future youth of the team, which is interesting to me. Um, and it's way out of left field for a Danny Ainge move as well, because Danny Ainge practically built that Celtics team with all his first round draft picks when he absolutely, for lack of a better phrase, I don't even know what to say, but he leased the Nets with KG trade, Paul Pierce, and all them. But no, yeah, it'll be interesting out in Utah. I know Hurst is probably excited about that, but we'll see.
Yeah, one thing I forgot to say is about college basketball. Shout out Hurst, Oklahoma State. Big win over BYU. They've lost four of their
Yep.
last five. This was supposed to be the year they won the Natty, he said. That's looking real good. Obviously, you can't watch TV in Ghana because they don't got TVs or water over there, but like, good thing he
Wouldn't be
can't.
surprised.
Good thing he
Bro,
can't watch.
wouldn't be surprised if I got a message from a Spencer Tim. He kind of likes to message the account when BYU. gets their uh you know what kicked. So I'm might be expecting that.
Yeah, you know what? You just kind of take that on the chin from a Texas Tech fan who
Illinois.
lives in the boonies in the middle of Illinois. Like I don't really know
Yeah.
how that one worked. So uh yeah, stuff like that. Like whatever, man. You can have your. It's like me liking Gonzaga. Like if I want to talk my talk, it's like yeah, you live in Illinois and root for a team out of Spokane, Washington. Congrats, man.
Yeah, but at
Yeah.
But
least Gonzaga's like good and like makes it to the Natty. Texas Tech,
hey,
they just choke every year in every sport.
Gonzaga's got a new white boy with killer footwork down the post like every year. We play in the weakest conference in college basketball, so we're guaranteed like at least a 20-win season, and we're guaranteed a tournament bid almost every single year. So good team to bandwagon towards if if you're in the boat of Cooper Keith basketball, which is post up if it's there, if not pace and space and jack threes and kind of defense will figure itself out.
I mean, it doesn't matter who you are. If you don't like a good white guy playing basketball, you got something
Dude,
wrong with you.
Dude, Timmy
Facts.
was nice. Oh, I'm drawing a blank. Oh my gosh, why can't Sabonis was there? There was another big man. He was just big, heavy, and ugly. I can't think of his name. Um,
Give
my
me a Ron
goodness,
Baker.
Layman. I've heard enough. Have you guys ever seen the Stephen A. Smith Ron Baker clip or no?
No, it's
Uh,
probably
so
me.
so Stephen A's hosting his radio show, and he was just just taking questions and whatnot. And this is when Ron Baker's on the Knicks, and
You
this
got 30
kid,
seconds.
I'll make it quick. This kid calls in and he's like, Stephen A, why is Ron Baker not in the NBA All Star game? And Stephen A's like, have a nice
God.
day, thank you. Just hangs up. It's iconic.
That's funny.
Iconic. I think that kid was actually Layman, but anyway.
Hey, Ron Baker fed families in college, bro. Shout out him and Fred VanVleet. They're my
Anyways,
heroes.
that'll do it for today's episode. Have a good one, fellas.